Welcome back to a brand new video. We're back here with another video. If you're new to the channel, like, comment, and subscribe, turn on post notifications. Today we are doing the NFL mock draft. This is my version of the mock draft where I think who's going to go where. I did this last year. I'm going to do it again this year. But go in more detail with it. Actually, to do the NFL draft on my laptop here. So I'm gonna predict where I think who's gonna go where I believe what's gonna get traded, where they're gonna go, and all that. So we are going to go all in for this video. So we are going to first go over players, what positions the teams need, and all that. We're gonna go through all of that. See who needs what, where, and how. Who's gonna make more moves, and who is just gonna stick with what they got. Plan is to make this more predictable, more logical, and more realistic. So I'll be going through every single step of the way. I will be doing. This is all my personal opinions. If they are accurate, they are accurate. If they're not, they're not. At the end of the day, it is what it is. I am making educated guesses here. Educated. And I mean they're highly, highly educated guesses. So, first thing first when you're doing this is that you have to come up with like who's going to go where and all this go in terms of being realistic here. Being realistic here is a key thing when you're trying to come up with this. Because if you're not being realistic, it's just being stupid. So, but we're not going to be stupid today for this video. We're going to be smart. So now, with that out in hand, let's talk about this #1 overall pick. Right now, the #1 overall pick is held by the Jacksonville Jaguars. Again. They had that draft pick last year, and they have it again this year. Do I believe? Will they trade it? Hell no. Whoever wants that pick, they're going to have to offer a great bit amount to get that draft pick off them. So, I believe, personally, I don't believe a quarterback's going to go #1 because, you know, Jaguars just got Trevor Lawrence last year. And if they try to get a quarterback, that's just dumb. That's just dumb. If we're being honest, that's just stupid. They just got one of the best college quarterbacks last year, and if they go for a quarterback this year, that's just retarded. So, with that in mind, let's talk about what teams need. We're gonna go through every team, what their needs are. So Jacksonville right now, these are the keys of what they need right as of right now. They need a D lineman, a linebacker, and a safety. So think about that. What's more predictable? Who do you think they're gonna need more of? So with them needing those, it's only a couple players that you could think. Like, this is what Madden predicts. Madden predicts Sam Howell going #1, Spencer Rattler, but his name is not Rattler, though. They're not going to put some of their actual names because, you know, against the little thing. So, we're going to start the NFL draft. We're going to open it up, and we're going to make this realistic here. And I want y'all in the comment section, help me out. Help me out with what do you think? What you think is a smart decision for some of these teams. If you like football, you know what to do. So we're going to start it We're going to set a timer for 5 minutes. 5 minutes are on the clock for the first overall pick. Jacksonville Jaguars are on the clock as of right now. So, there's a lot of key components to this. They could go edge rusher for Michigan, Aiden Hutchinson. They could go for him. But let's look at him. He's 6'7", 260. A 4-star recruit out of high school. Three plus sacks in 3 different games as a senior against Washington, Penn State, and Ohio State. You know Ohio State was ranked. I think Washington was ranked, and I think Penn State was ranked too. Not 100% sure. He played tight end in high school. He had 8 touchdowns for 419 yards. And he had 27 tackles for loss in high school. But let's talk about his 3 years of college ball. He played 14 games this year, 794 defensive snaps, 425 pass rush snaps, and on top of that, he had 334 run defense snaps. He had 14 sacks, 19 hits, 51 hurries. I say this year from last year I think he got injured in 2020. I think he got injured. But his best game came against Iowa and Penn State. But he played Washington, NIU, Rutgers, if that's how you say that name, Wisconsin, Nebraska, Northwestern, Michigan State, Indiana, Penn State, Maryland, Ohio, and Georgia. Played all of them teams and had a predictable season. I think Jaguars would be a fool to not draft this man. So I do believe Aiden Hutchinson will be drafted picked number 1 overall. So Aiden Hutchinson will be drafted number 1. I believe that. I believe Jags are going to go edge rusher. I do believe their most need thing right here is edge rusher. So I will say they will be drafting Aiden Hutchinson. Now, let's think. We're going to shorten this time down by 2 minutes. 2 minutes are on the clock for the Lions. Lions are on the draft board. Lions here. Lions need a quarterback, a linebacker, and a DB. Do I believe Jared Goff is the lifeline of them? I'm a fan of Jared Goff. He was with my favorite team, LA Rams. He was with them. But do I believe that he's good without them? I don't believe that. He has only one career win without Sean McVay in his career. One career win, and that came last season. So, I don't believe he'll be the lifeline, but I don't believe that the Lions will draft a quarterback in the top 10. But anything could happen. I do believe that anything could happen. I do believe anything could happen. But I don't believe that a quarterback will be in top 10. Well, I'll say this: a quarterback probably will get in the top 10, but I don't believe personally. Maybe it might happen, maybe it might not. I don't know personally. But who is more predictable to the Lions? What do the Lions need to fix their offense and their defense? Offense, they need to fix. I do believe that they'll go for offensive line. So I believe they will go for this Charles Cross tackle out of Mississippi State. But hear me out, before anybody starts judging. He was a redshirt sophomore, 6'5", 307 pounds, 21 years old. He didn't allow a pressure on 66 pass block snaps versus Alabama in 2021. 50-plus pass block snaps in 10 of the 12 games in 2021. He was the number one prospect in the state of Mississippi. He was a 5-star recruit out of high school. He allowed only 2 sacks last year, 0 hits, and 14 hurries. His best game came against, I think that's Villanova. Villanova. But I do believe he will get drafted number 2 to the Lions. I believe tackle will go to the Lions. Let's see if they got him on here. Here is he right here. No, this is him right here. Charles Cross. 6'5", 305 pounds, Mississippi State. They got him projected as a 73 overall, so that's good. That's good if he's that high. But now we're going to go to the next pick, number 3 of the first round. Pick number 3. Texans. Texans need to improve every position. I do believe that they will go quarterback with this pick. I do believe it. And if they play it smart, I believe they can get probably one of the best quarterbacks in this draft class. But the Texans do have 2 first-round picks this draft class. But do I believe that he will get? Will they pick up their quarterback number 3, or will they wait? I'll say this: they could wait, or they could draft a quarterback. But I will say this: I do believe the first quarterback that will be off the board is none other than this quarterback right here, Malik Willis. I think that's how you say his name, Malik Willis. Let's go through him real quick. Let's go through him. He's 6'1", 219 pounds. This right here has his weight inaccurate. It's 219. He's 219 pounds. Redshirt junior, 22 years old. He's about to turn 23. He career high 7 big time throws versus Army. 12 plus broken tackles in 4 of the 13 games in 2021. He led his high school to 7A state title game as a senior. He played baseball, he was an honor roll student, and he was a 3-star recruit out of high school. He's from Georgia. He played 13 games this year. He had 27 touchdowns and 12 interceptions. The interceptions he needs to lower. That's just honesty right there. He needs to lower the interceptions. Passing rating was 100.2. That's pretty good. 2,859 passing yards. I don't know any of these. I know a couple of these teams that he played, but I don't really pay attention to that conference. I don't really know much about that conference, but all I know is that I do believe he will go number 3 overall. Number 4. Pick number 4 was the Jets. Jets got a couple picks. Jets got the 4th pick, the 10th pick, the 35th pick, the 38th pick. They have 4 picks in the first 2 rounds. 4 picks. But right here it says they need a wide receiver, a linebacker, and a corner. I don't believe that they will not draft a quarterback in this year's draft class. That's a fact. That's not even an opinion. That's a fact. But they will be dang stupid if they don't pick up this corner from LSU, Derek Stingley Jr. That they will be dumb to not pick him up. He's 20 years old. He's a junior. He's the highest pass coverage grade in college as a true freshman in 2019. He 14 interceptions in final 20 high school games, 870 all-purpose yards, and he's a 5-star recruit coming out of high school. Pretty good. He had 1 defensive touchdown this year, 0 interceptions. He played wide receiver. They had him at corner and wide receiver. He got hurt. But is he still hurt? I need to know if he's still hurt. Because right here it says that he only played 3 games. I need to see if he got hurt, because if he got hurt, then it's just gonna change. He got hurt, and he did not participate in the NFL draft combine this year. It says right here on ESPN, LSU corner Derek Stingley Jr. provided suspective answers Saturday as to why his 2021 season ended in September and why he will not work out Saturday night at the NFL scouting combine. Stingley, who is number 7 player overall in the draft, 2nd-ranked corner, and 6th overall, said Saturday he suffered a torn ligament in his left foot leading up to LSU Week 4 game against Mississippi State this past season and had surgery September 26. My rehab is ahead of schedule right now, Stingley said. I'm on pace to do what I have to do at a pro day. So, he got hurt. So, with him getting hurt, that's kind of hard to predict where he's going to get drafted now. Because once you suffer an injury, man, it makes it harder to predict where you're going to go once you get hurt. I don't know where to say he's going to get where he's going to get put at now, because with him getting hurt, it changes the whole aspect of this now. So I would just say that he could go number 3 overall, but number 4 overall. I'll just say that he'll get drafted there. Kind of hard to predict that though. Kind of hard to predict that, but it's alright. Now we have the New York Giants with the 5th overall pick. 5th. Giants need an O-line, edge rusher, and a linebacker. I'll say this. What's more important? Protecting the quarterback or defense? Defense is the life and blood of your defense. Well, defensive line is the life and blood of your defense. Quarterback, you need to protect. So I believe that they will go with one of the best tackles in this year's draft class. He played outstandingly. He's 337 pounds, 6'8", junior, 21 and a half years old. 0 pressures allowed and 58 pass block snaps versus Texas A&M. One pressure allowed in the entire 2020 playoffs. And he was the number 1 offensive tackle, number 3 overall recruit in Florida. He was a five-star recruit out of Florida. He allowed 2 sacks last year, 8 hurries, 5 hits. His best game came against Ole Miss. Yeah, his best game came against Ole Miss. Second best game came against Miami. I do believe that they will go for him. So 5th overall pick will go to Evan Neal, Alabama, out of Alabama, tackle. Now we go to the 6th overall pick. Panthers need a quarterback and a outside linebacker. No, not outside linebacker. Offensive lineman. So, I believe that they'll go with a guard. And one of the best guards in this year's draft class, I believe if they don't pick him up, they're really just asking for failure. But then, I think they could go quarterback. But I don't believe they're going to go quarterback this early. Well, they could get quarterback because their next pick is not until the 137th pick. So, they only have one pick. So, I believe that they will go quarterback. Or they could trade up. But I believe they go quarterback. I believe that they will go with Kenny Pickett from quarterback out of Pittsburgh. Now, this Giants got another pick. It's via trade from Chicago. They need an outline, edge rusher, and linebacker. So, let's see who they already drafted in this draft class. They already drafted a tackle. So, more than likely, if you really think about it, it's smarter for them to go edge rushers. So, I think they go for the top one of the best edge rushers in the game of football this year. And they'll go with 7th ranked overall edge rusher out of Oregon. I don't know how to say his name. I'm going to say Kayvon. Sophomore, 21 years old, 6'3". He had 9 sacks. 11. He hit the quarterback 11 times, 27 hurries in 11 games. His best game came against Fresno and Stanford. I do believe that they will pick him up out of Oregon. So now we're on to the Atlanta Falcons. I believe they're gonna go quarterback. It's for sure. It's not even an opinion there. They're gonna go quarterback. I believe they go Sam Howell. No, yeah, probably Sam Howell. Now this is the thing. There's a lot of teams on here that needs quarterbacks. There's a lot of teams on here that needs edge rushers, linemen, and all that. But it's what they need most of is what's important. What does a team need more of? Offensive players or defense? Because your defense sets the tone. If you start on defense, your defense sets the tone for your entire offense, for that entire game. But if you start on offense, your offense sets the tone. Because think about this. If you go down the field, mainly all teams start the game off with a rush. They always start either rushing down the field, rushing straight, because you got the right guard, the right tackle, left guard, tackle, and center. Then they got the tight end, 2 wide-out wide receivers, the quarterback, and the halfback. And then they do the HB drive. The HB drive is right down the middle, once the quarterback once the center snaps the ball, the quarterback passes and hands it off to you, and you just run right down the middle. Or you could always do a screen pass, halfback screen pass, and it'll do something productive. You feel me? So, Seahawks are within need of a quarterback, a tackle, an edge rusher, and a corner. What's more in need in the Seattle area right now? Because Seattle traded Russell Wilson. I believe that was a dumb trade, but that was a dumb trade for Seattle. That was a good trade for Denver, because they got rid of terrible Drew Lock for former Super Bowl champion, MVP. I don't know how many Pro Bowls that man has been to because I don't really care because he's an arch rival of LA. But I believe that they more than likely, because I already predict a couple quarterbacks going in the first round. I don't really believe that some of these quarterbacks are going to go because I believe 2 quarterbacks will go in the top 10. I don't believe Seattle is going to draft a quarterback in the first round. I don't believe that. It could happen, but I don't believe it. But I do believe them going after a offensive lineman. I believe that they will go for fifth ranked tackle out of North Carolina State. Out of North Carolina State. I don't know how to say his name at all. That I do not know how to. But he's a sophomore, class is sophomore, 21 years of age, 6'4", 310 pounds. He had 5 big-time blocks versus Mississippi State in 2021. He was 80-plus overall grade in his first 6 games in 2021. That's amazing. His dad was a 6'6" college football player. His mom ran track. He wrestled and ran prep relay squat. He was a 3-star ranked out of high school. His hometown is Charlotte, North Carolina. He only allowed 3 sacks last year in 12 games. That's good. So I do believe that they will go for him. Now we can go with the Jets now. I said in the beginning the Jets had four draft picks in the first 2 rounds. But in terms of what I had them pick in the fourth overall pick, they picked a corner, one of the best corners in this year's draft class, Derek Stingley Jr. out of LSU. But now we got to think about what they need. They need wide receiver, a linebacker, and a corner. I do believe they go wide receiver now. Give what's that quarterback that plays with the Jets? Ain't it Zach Wilson? Ain't that his name, Zach Wilson? I believe it's Zach Wilson. I do believe that they will go for wide receiver now. Get Zach Wilson some weapons. One of the best wide receivers in this draft class. He is ranked number 9 from Alabama, but I don't believe that the Jets will be that smart enough to go for him. Because, like, for example, like when the Bears drafted Mitchell Trubisky in 2017, they could have got either Deshaun Watson, they could have got Patrick Mahomes, they could have got any of them 2 quarterbacks instead of that terrible quarterback of Mitchell Trubisky. Now look at Mitchell Trubisky. He's looking to make a starting job with Pittsburgh next season. I do believe that he will get the starting knob for Pittsburgh next season. I do believe that. I don't really care because I'm not a Pittsburgh fan, but I do believe that. But I want to say the Jets will go for a wide receiver, and the only person I can think they will go for is Drake London, wide receiver out of USC, ranked number 13. I do believe that the Jets will get him. Now we're on to Washington Commanders. That new name, bro, that name's the worst name I've ever heard in my life, but we ain't gonna talk about that right now. So, what's more predictable here? They need a quarterback, a guard, a center, and a linebacker. They could go for a quarterback or they could wait. I believe that they could go for quarterback, but then again, I don't know. Part of me wants to say they will, but then part of me wants to say they won't. So I will guess they will go for one of the best linebackers in this year's draft class, 15th ranked Devin Lloyd, I think that's his name. Last name, Utah linebacker. Devin Lloyd is 6'3", 237, junior, 23 years of age, 23 and a half. He's about to be 24. He had 14 missed tackles last year. 90 tackles. Yeah, his best game came against Washington State. So I do believe Devin Lloyd will get drafted right there. Vikings. Vikings are on the clock now. Let me drink some of this. With the Vikings being on the clock, who are the Vikings? There are 4 people interested in this thing, and that's the Saints, the Buccaneers, the Lions, and the Bears. I don't believe any of these teams will trade up, so I will just assume, my best opinion, is that they're going to go for an offensive lineman. So I believe that they will go for center Tyler Linderbaum. I think that's how you say his last name. Center out of Iowa. That's where I believe he will get drafted at. Now we back to the Texans. Texans just got a quarterback. Pretty much anybody in this draft class they can get, because they need pretty much the whole goddamn thing. But I do believe that they will go corner. It's the Cincinnati corner. I don't know how to say his name at all, but I do believe that they will get him. Now we're on to Baltimore. Let's sit here and chat about the Baltimore Ravens. Baltimore Ravens are one of those teams that are very unpredictable. It's this one TikToker, don't remember his name, but he sits there, talks about the Baltimore Ravens. Every time the team wins, he'd be like, yeah, that's my team, blah, 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 blah. No. So, you start the season 0-1 against the Raiders, then you win 5 straight against Kansas, Detroit, Denver, Indianapolis, and the Chargers. Then you lose to Cincy, 41-17. Then you beat Minnesota in overtime. Then you lose to Miami, beat Chicago, beat Cleveland. Then you lose to Pittsburgh, Cleveland, Green Bay, Cincinnati, the Rams, and Pittsburgh. You finish the season off losing 6 straight games. You finish the season off losing 6 straight games. Losing 6 straight games ruin your whole playoff opportunity that you had. How you go undefeated in preseason? Well, I get it, because you don't start really any of your players, blah, blah, blah. I know how that works. All I will say is that everybody be like, Lamar Jackson's a top 10 quarterback, blah, blah, blah. He's top 10. That man's not a top 10. That man's a goddamn running back playing at the quarterback, and that's the truth. That's no cap. He a running back playing at quarterback. Because if you look at if you search up ESPN, you go to their schedule, he led in rushing and passing. What quarterback leads in rushing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 weeks out of 18 weeks of the season. He did get hurt. He got hurt from week 14 to week 18. So that's where they actually ran the ball, you feel me? But they still lost the game. I do believe that they will go. I believe that they will get George, edge rusher, ranked number 10 out of Purdue. That's my prediction. Now we go into the Eagles. Eagles need to go back to where they were, bro. They were a Super Bowl contending. They were Super Bowl champions. They had a good playoff run. They won the Super Bowl. But then they lose. How do you have a good team to playing bad? I'll say this. Jalen Hurts, impressive. You just lost a lot of games. You beat the Falcons, lost to the 49ers, lost to Dallas, lost to the Chiefs, beat Carolina, lost to Tampa, lost to Las Vegas, beat Detroit, lost to the Chargers, beat Denver, beat New Orleans, beat New York, and beat New York, went on bye week. No, lost to the Giants, beat New York Jets, beat Washington, beat New York, beat Washington, and lost Dallas. Then played in the playoffs and lost to Tampa. I really thought y'all had some potential, man. Y'all are more upsetting than the goddamn Bears are. But I will be doing a prediction on the NFL schedule too, because I do have the NFL schedule here. Not what weeks they will be playing each other, blah blah blah, not all that. I have the actual teams that they'll be playing home and away. But I do believe that it would be smart for the Eagles to go get Trent out of Washington, corner, ranked number 11. I do believe that would be smart for them. Pick number 16, back to the Saints. There are 9 total teams that are interested in this pick. And let's see who they are. They are Dallas, Tennessee, Chiefs, Bengals, Texans, Browns, Vikings, Raiders, and Panthers. Let's just assume the Panthers will trade up. So let's just assume this. Let's assume that the Panthers will give up their 137th pick, 144th pick, and 149th pick for the 16th, the 19th, the 16th, the 19th pick, and on top of that, let's just assume that this right here says this will likely be accepted. But Panthers giving up 3 draft picks for this year to get the Saints 16th, 19th, next year's round 7th pick, the 5th round, and the 6th round in the 2024 draft. I assume this will happen, and I sent the trade, and it was accepted. So now the Carolina Panthers got 2 more picks this round. So who did they draft this round already? They drafted quarterback Kenny Pickett. I believe they go O-line now. I believe they go O-line and get Central Michigan's very own tackle. Now we on to the Chargers. Chargers could use a wide receiver, so I think they will get the best wide receiver in the game this year. Drafts class, wide receiver out of Alabama, Jameson Williams, if I said his first name right. So now we on to the Eagles. They need edge rusher. So I believe, no, not edge rusher, DB. So I believe they will get safety Lewis out of Georgia. So think about that. Now we got Panthers back on the clock. Panthers got a quarterback. They just got a tackle. Now they could use an O-line. So let's just take some guesses and let's just assume they would get Zion Johnson out of Boston College. 22 years of age, 3'12", 6'3". He earned his high school coach the Coach of the Year award in 2016. He also played golf with his team in high school. He wasn't ranked coming out of high school, I mean. But I do believe that they will draft him. Now we with Pittsburgh. Do I believe Mitchell Trubisky is the life and blood of that team? Hell no. That's me personally. I don't believe that. But I do believe that they will get a quarterback in this year's draft class. And I'll just assume they will get Desmond Ridder out of Cincinnati. So now, let's go through these first 20 picks. Got edge rusher Aiden Hutchinson. The first 20 picks of the first round has been all selected. Now we on to the 21 all the way to the 32nd pick. So, let's think about this. Every team needs a key player. Every team needs the life and blood. Every team needs to hope and pray that they will win some games. Every team needs to believe that they'll do good. Personally, I don't believe it. But I do believe the Patriots will go corner this year. Well, I do believe they go corner. I do believe corner will be selected in this. But I believe that they will get Jordan Davis, defensive end out of Georgia. Packers are on the clock via trade with Vegas. We are on the 22nd draft pick of the first round. We are going through just the first 3 rounds because 4th through 7th people don't really give a crap about. But maybe I might not. I don't know. Haven't decided. But I do believe that they will go O-line. Well, not O-line. I believe that they will get Garrett Wilson out of Ohio State, wide receiver. Replace that missing piece of Davante Adams. If they replace that missing piece of Davante Adams, that'd be a scary threat going into next season. That'd be very scary. So, let's think about this. Let's think smart. Let's think smart, not hard. Oh, just in. The Steelers just re-signed safety Terrell Edmunds to a 1-year deal. That just happened. Well, not just happened. That happened 6 minutes ago. So, do I believe this is going to be predictable now? Do I believe the Steelers are going to win the NFL Super Bowl? Do I believe that? Personally, no, I do not. But it is one of them things that you gotta hope and pray for something to be more predictable. You gotta hope and pray sometimes, man. Oh, I will be dropping a vlog on Sunday. Just FYI. Stay tuned for that. That'd be amazing. So now, productive. What's productive? I do believe that the Cardinals will go. They will draft this Devontae White, Georgia defensive end. Maybe they could go for a quarterback because if you ain't heard that Kyler Murray talking about he ain't playing next year until he gets a long set deal, but then he said a couple days ago that he wants to get traded. So maybe we might see him play. Maybe we might not see him play. I don't know. Maybe not. But I do believe a lot of this will be productive. That lag, though. Huh. But so let's talk about the NFL schedule. Let's talk about the AFC East first. Let's talk about the AFC East with the Buffalo Bills first. Buffalo Bills are expected to play Dolphins, Patriots, Jets, Packers, Vikings, Steelers, Browns, and Titans at home. I believe that they can beat the Dolphins, Patriots, they will beat Jets, they will beat Packers, a little iffy. Vikings, they will beat the Vikings, they will beat the Steelers, they will beat the Browns. They may or may not beat the Titans. Now, on the road, they will be playing the Dolphins, Patriots, Jets, Ravens, Bengals, Bears, Lions, Chiefs, Rams. Dolphins for sure, Patriots for sure, Jets for sure, Ravens more than likely, Bengals, Bears, hell no. Well, yes, they will beat the Bears, I mean. Lions, they will beat the Lions. Chiefs, they may or may not beat them. They did beat them in the playoffs last year, so I do think they could. The Rams, hell no. But I'm not going to give my opinion on a lot of this because every time I say something about it, I get jinxed. So, it's one of them things. So I'm in this video right here, you feel me? Because said everything I've had to say. The draft picks have been selected. Y'all will, next time y'all see me is probably on the day of the NFL draft, where I will be doing an actual live stream while the draft is going on. Stay tuned for that. That's gonna be fun. But y'all will be seeing my personal vlog that I'll be doing Sunday. Probably Sunday night or maybe even Monday. I don't know. Hope y'all had a good Friday. See y'all later.